Hi, a warm welcome to you all. Here, Dr. A. Silamberson, working as assistant professor in Vivekananda College of Arts and Sciences for Women, Namakkal. Today I am here to discuss about the methods in green synthesis. Actually, there are several methods in green synthesis. In our previous lecture, we have seen about the principles of green synthesis, principles, goals, those things we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss about few green synthetic methods which has been adopted by the chemists worldwide. First we are going to discuss about phase transfer catalysis in green synthesis. See, the phase transfer catalyst is abbreviated as PTC. This PTC reaction is a methodology for accelerating the reaction between water insoluble organic compounds and water soluble reactants. Once again repeat, this phase transfer catalysis reaction is a methodology for accelerating the reaction between water insoluble organic compounds and water soluble reactants. So the main function of PTC is to transfer ion, mainly anion, from the reagent part which is present in aqueous solution to organic phase. That is, it transfers the anion from the aqueous phase to organic phase. Okay. Generally, the catalyst used in PTC are quaternary ammonium salts. This ammonium may be ammonium, phosphonium, antimonium, and tertiary sulfonium salts. Okay. In practice, only limited number of ammonium and phosphonium salts are widely used. Okay, here I have given you some examples of phase transfer catalyst. The important phase transfer catalyst which is widely being used by the scientists are aliquot 336, which is nothing but methyl triactyl ammonium chloride, then benzyl trimethyl ammonium chloride or bromide, we will name it as TMBA. Next one is benzyl triethyl ammonium chloride or bromide, which is called as TEBA. Then tetra N-butyl ammonium chloride, bromide or chlorate or hydroxide. And next one is cetyl trimethyl ammonium chloride or bromide, which we will name it as CTMAB, or sometimes it will be named as CTAB. Next one is benzyl tributyl ammonium chloride, and another one is benzyl triphenyl phosphonium iodide. Apart from these widely used phase transfer catalysts, one more class of catalyst is being widely used, which is nothing but crown ethers. I have discussed those things at last. See, the advantages of using phase transfer catalysts are the reaction are fast and do not require anhydrous or vigorous or expensive aprotic solvents. These reactions usually occurs at low temperature. With the help of phase transfer catalyst, the anion is made available to the organic reactants, so the nucleophilicity increases. Use of strong bases is avoided. We can able to conduct the reaction even with OH minus ions. Except the reaction which are sensitive to water, all other reactions can be carried out using PTC. The reaction which do not proceed in the normal way can be made to proceed using PTC in very good yields. Okay. The advantages of PTC in green synthesis are, see, yes, the reaction proceeds in two phases. The benzene of solvent may be used since PTC divides the solubility for all the reactants like dipolar aprotic solvent and dimethyl carbonate. Moreover, in some cases, organic solvents may not be required at all, the substrate forming the second phase. The procedure for PTC is as simple and it will produce very less waste, and there is no need to decant the organic substances from the organic layer. It is important to vigil the concentration of anion in organic phase, as it should not exceed this concentration of the catalyst. And next thing is, PTC catalyzed reactions are very rapid, as the anions in organic phase have very fewer molecules associated with them, making them highly reactive. These reactions can be run at lower temperature owing to the reduced activation energy. Okay, next is, I have given you an example of PTC, that is example of a reaction conductor using PTC. Here 1 chlorooctane is getting converted to 1 cyanooctane. This reaction, whatever I have displayed, taken place in presence of phase transfer catalyst, acetyl catalyst. Okay, suppose if we avoid that is phase transfer catalyst, the reaction will be very slow and the reaction gives you very less product even after several days. But here in presence of PTC, 1 chlorooctane gives 1 cyanooctane within 2 hours and the yield is found to be 95%. And the next one is reaction of alkyl halides with potassium fluoride in presence of PTC give you alkyl fluorides. That is, here the reaction whatever is displayed shows the formation of alkyl fluoride from other alkyl halides. Okay, this reaction is also very slow in absence of catalyst. It is difficult to prepare alkyl fluorides. Okay, but here the reaction rate is enhanced by the presence of phosphonium catalyst. Okay, I have given one more example. As I told you, crown ethers are important class of PTC. So I have given one example using crown ethers. See, initially the crown ethers form potassium salts and that crown ether is used for the reaction. See the second reaction where diphenol is oxidized to corresponding carbonyl compound. Next one is microwave induced green synthesis. Microwaves have wavelengths between 1 centimeter and 1 meter, and these waves are similar to the frequencies of radar and telecommunication. So the frequency radiation of household and industrial microwave oven is regulated, and in most of the appliances it was fixed. It will be having a fixed frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. Okay, how the microwave heating occurs? The mechanism of microwave heating is complex, however it is believed to take place via the following mechanism. See, the microwaves are selectively observed by polar molecules, whereas non-polar molecules are being inert to microwaves. So when a polar molecule is kept in microwave, the permanent dipole are submitted to an electric field. That dipole will become aligned. As the field oscillates, their orientation also changes. This rapid reorientation produces internal heating. See, in normal heating, actually a material will be heated. That heat will be transferred to the material which is present inside. But in case of microwave, as I have pointed out earlier, it is not like that. The dipole present in the polar molecule gets aligned and oscillated due to change in and gets oscillated due to microwaves. That oscillation creates internal heating. Due to that internal heating, the molecules are heated. So there is no loss of heat. In case of microwave, the heat is produced internally, whereas in normal heating, that is conventional heating, the heat is transferred from outside to inside. See, generally, tall beakers loosely covered with greater capacity than the reaction volume will be used as a reaction vessel in case of microwave synthesis. Once again repeat, the reaction vessel for microwave synthesis will be a tall beaker loosely covered. It's much important, and the capacity of the tall beaker should be very much greater than the reaction volume. Clear? Okay. Other reaction vessels which are used nowadays are Teflon and polystyrene containers, but it is strictly prohibited to use metallic containers for as a reaction vessel. Okay. Generally, microwave reaction is carried out in solvent medium or on a solid support in which no solvent is used. The solvent to be used must have a dipole so as to absorb the microwaves, and boiling point of that solvent should be at least 20 to 30 degrees higher than the desired reaction temperature. And an important the excellent solvent for the domestic microwave oven will be NN dimethyl formamide, whose boiling point is 160 degrees Celsius. The main advantage of using NN dimethyl formamide, that is DMF, is it can able to retain water in itself. So this is main advantage. So microwave heating is more efficient than conventional heating. I told you now, that is, in conventional heating, outside is heated, then heat is transferred to the nearby molecules. But in case of microwave heating, heat is produced internally by the oscillation of dipole moment. Okay. In fact, the rapid heating capability of the microwave leads to considerable saving in dissolution or reaction time. The smaller volume of solvent is required for microwave synthesis, so it saves the cost and diminishes the waste disposal problem. Okay. Next thing is, we are having some disadvantages in microwave synthesis because it heats very quickly, so that high pressure is created. Sometimes it leads to explosion. So on keeping this in mind, most of the microwave reactions are conducted in solvent-free conditions, and high polarity and non-volatile ionic liquids can also be used as a solvent for microwave synthesis. See, the microwave synthesis are generally grouped into three categories. First one is microwave assisted reactions in water. Next one is microwave assisted reactions in organic solvent, and the next one is microwave solvent free reactions, that is solid state reactions. Okay, first we will discuss one by one. First one is microwave assisted reactions in water. In this method, normally quaternary ammonium salts are heated to a higher temperature and the yield of the product is little bit low. Using microwave irradiation has led to high yielding synthesis of thermally unstable Hoffman elimination product. The next one is microwave assisted reaction in organic solvent. Here I have given you the example for esterification, where a benzoic acid is esterified to propyl benzoate. This reaction takes place within a time of just 6 minutes. So this is main advantage of microwave synthesis. The reaction time will always be very low. In most cases the reaction time will be less than 5 minutes. Say I have given you one more example for microwave synthesis, but this belongs to solvent free microwave reaction. Here I have displayed saponification of esters using KOH. See, the esters are saponified to carboxylic acid and alcohol. This reaction takes place in microwave oven and the reaction gets completed within 4 to 10 minutes. Some of the advantages of microwave oven in green synthesis are use of microwaves leads to substantial savings in time. So, as I told you already, the microwave reactions are very fast, so there will be time saving, there will be energy saving, and as I told you already, microwave reactions are carried out as solid state reaction in many cases, so it prevents the wastage of solvent. See here it is given microwave induced reaction can be carried out in water or organic solvents. The organic solvents, if used, are required in very small quantities. Okay, the most important feature of microwave induced reaction is that these can be carried out in solid state, that is without use of any solvent. Okay, next type of green synthesis, sonochemistry or ultrasound assisted green synthesis. The term sonochemistry is used to describe the effect of ultrasound waves on chemical reactivity. Here in this type of reaction, the driving force of reaction is a sound wave. So this is called sonochemistry. Ultrasound refers to sound waves having frequency higher than those to which human ear can respond. Ultrasound is generated with the help of an instrument having ultrasonic transducer. This is a device by which electrical or mechanical energy can be converted into a sound energy. The electromechanical transducers made of quartz works based on piezoelectric effect. Okay. Next one, the principle and working of sonochemistry. I will tell you very simply, when you pass a sound wave, you know that it will propagate along the medium. Okay, during propagation, two things will happen. First one, compression and rarefaction cycle will occur. See, when a sound waves propagate through a medium, compression and refraction cycles will appear. Clear? This compression and refraction cycles will make the molecules to move from one side to another side. As a result, at some stage, the molecules will overcome the attractive force between them. As a result of compression and refraction, the molecules will overcome the attractive force between them. As the molecules moves apart, there will be a formation of bubble. There will be a formation of bubble. This bubble will grow to a greater extent and it will get collapsed. It will create a local temperature around 500 degrees Celsius and a pressure of around 1000 bar. This high temperature, that is high internal temperature and pressure, is strong enough to initiate any chemical reactions. Okay, I have given some examples of stoichiochemistry. Wait, I will show you a video. This video will display how the chemical process. See, as I told you, the sound waves process, as it propagates, there will be compression and refraction. The same thing happening. This compression and refraction is making the molecules to overcome the attractive force between them, so that it create bubbles. See, here you can able to see plenty of bubbles. These bubbles are a result of molecules overcoming the attractive force. Clear? I have given some examples for chemical reactions. First one is esterification. Generally, the esterification is usually carried out in presence of catalysts like sulfuric acid, para-toluene sulfonic acid, or tosyl chloride, or polyphosphoric acid, or dicyclohexyl carbodiamide. But the problem with these reactions is the reaction time is usually longer and the yields are low. This problem has been overcome by the use of ultrasonic chemistry, that is carboxylic acid and alcohol along with little amount of H2SO4 are taken and subjected to ultrasonic waves. What happens? We are getting ester in very good yield. Next one is saponification. See, in ester, methyl 2,4 dimethyl benzoate and saponification using ultrasonic waves of frequency 20 kHz gives corresponding acid in 94% yield. See, this yield is very high when compared to the yield obtained using conventional process. In conventional process, only 50% yield is obtained in 90 minutes, but this reaction, that is ultrasonic reaction, takes place only 60 minutes with a high yield of 94%. Next one, there are some merits using ultrasonic waves. Ultrasound assisted organic synthesis gives excellent yields compared to other reactions. It can dramatically affect the rates of chemical reactions and is helpful for large number of organic transformation. In fact, a combination of sonication with other techniques like phase transfer catalysis, reaction in aqueous media gives best results. Sonication has been shown to stimulate microbiological reaction. Next one type of organic synthesis, that is green synthesis, is biocatalysis. In organic synthesis, the most important conversion in the context of green chemistry is with the help of enzymes. Biocatalysts are nothing but enzymes which affect the transformation with high stereospecificity. See, the biocatalytic conversions has many advantages. Some of them are, see, the reactions performed in aqueous medium at ambient temperature and pressure. The next thing is, biocatalytic conversions normally involve one step. Protection and deproduction of functional groups is not necessary. The reaction are fast and the conversion is stereospecific. There are several classes of enzymes which catalyze the organic reactions. Major class of enzymes are oxidoreductase, transferases, hydrolysases, lysases, isomerases, ligases. See, I have given you a reaction which undergo oxidation. See, the compound is oxidized, the pyridine compound is oxidized to another compound with OH group. Clear? The same manner, another compound with pyridine, that is another substituted pyridine, gets oxidized to substituted carboxylic acid. In the view of environmental concern, next one is aqueous phase reactions. These aqueous phase reactions are tried at the middle of 20th century because due to the increase in environmental pollution, scientists at the middle of 20th century all over the world have been thinking to carry out the reaction in aqueous phase. The advantage of using water as a solvent are low cost, simple operation, and it is safety. Water has the highest value of specific heat for all substances. Its unique enthalpic and entropic properties has led the chemist to use it as a solvent in organic reactions. Water has abnormally low volatility. You know that the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius, so it is less volatile. In fact, the hydrogen bonding is the main reason why covalent compounds have low solubility in water. Ionic material become hydrated and polar materials take part in hydrogen bonding, so they are soluble. This is a reaction for as an example for aqueous phase synthesis. This might be the first organic reaction to carry out in the aqueous phase. In this reaction, furan malic acid reacts, that is, it undergo Diels-Alder reaction to form an adduct. I have given one more cycloaddition reaction, that is Diels-Alder reaction, where a cyclopentadiene and a butanone undergoes cycloaddition just at 25 degrees Celsius in water, and this yield was found to be much more greater than the normal reaction, and it is 700 times faster than the reaction taking place in isooctane. Okay. Next one is organic synthesis in solid state. See, in previous days, scientists doesn't think about the reaction occurring in solid state. In olden days, they usually think that for any reaction to occur, it is must the usage of solvent. But later they came to know there are several naturally occurring reactions in solid state. So out of curiosity, they tried to handle several reactions in solid state, and surprisingly they found that these solid state reactions occur with high selectivity and with great yields. Here, so these solid state reactions are classified into two types. First one is solid phase organic synthesis without using any solvent, and second one is solid supported organic synthesis. First one doesn't use any solvent or any support. They will mix the reactant as such. In second case, they will impregnate their reactant or reagent onto some solid support. Say given examples for both categories. This example belongs to solid phase organic reaction without any solvent. That is first category, where the allyl phenyl ether gets converted into orthoallyl phenol. It is a Claisen condensation where the reaction takes place without any solvent, and just heating allyl phenyl ether, they end up with orthoallyl phenol. Okay, next one is solid supported organic synthesis. This synthesis is also simple. The synthesis will take place in two steps. In first step, they will impregnate the reactant or reagent onto the solid support. Next stage, they will conduct reaction with that solid support. See, in these reactions, the reactants are stirred in suitable solvent and adsorbent or solid support like silica gel, alumina or phyllosilicate. After stirring, the solvent is removed in vacuum, and the dried solid support on which the reactants have been absorbed are used for carrying out the reaction in microwave irradiation. See, the example whatever I given uses the preparation of benzimidazoles. Here the benzimidazoles are prepared readily by the condensation reaction of orthoesters with orthophenylene diamines in presence of KSF clay. In presence of KSF clay under solvent-free conditions using microwave irradiation. See, the reaction is very simple. They have taken orthoesters, then they mixed with orthophenylene diamine, along with they have added KSF clay. When they irradiate with microwave, they have got benzimidazoles with very good yield. And next type of green synthesis reaction is green synthesis using ionic liquids. Here, ionic liquids acts as a green solvent. That is, these ionic liquids are less volatile and less toxic, and it can be recycled easily. Clear? Okay, I will move on to the slide. The commonly used solvents like benzene, toluene, methylene chloride, etc. for organic synthesis, particularly in industrial production, are known to cause health and environmental problems. In view of this, the search for alternatives to these damaging solvents. As a result, they found ionic liquids with less volatile nature. Broadly speaking, ionic liquids are of two types. First one is simple salts, which are just made up of cation and anion, whereas second category are binary ionic liquids. These binary ionic liquids are used as a green solvent. I give an example below for binary ionic liquids. The reaction in ionic liquids are easy to perform and does it need any special apparatus or methodologies? The ionic liquids can be recycled, and this led to the reduction of the cost of the process. I displayed the organic reactions which takes place in ionic liquids. See, the naphthalene has been converted to 1-acetyl naphthalene. Clear? And in next case, anthracene is converted into perhydroanthracene. Okay. See, I have given only few examples of organic synthesis. There are several categories of organic synthesis. Okay, I have given very few, and with this I will conclude by saying some quotes. See, green chemistry is replacing our industrial chemistry with nature's recipe book. It is not easy because life uses only a subset of elements in the periodic table, and we use all of them, even the toxic ones. Clear? So green chemistry is much important to avoid toxicity, to save. Yes. See, next one, there is one more very good quote. We are all in same boat and we only have one boat. It was by Paul Anastas, father of green chemistry. The last, there are plants to protect air and water, wilderness and wildlife. In fact, these are plants to protect humans. Clear? Okay. Thank you for your patient listening. If you are having any doubt, contact me at Dr. Dr. Silambarasan at vikas.org. Once again repeat, if you are having any queries, contact me at Dr. Silambarasan at vikas.org. Otherwise I will write here. Okay. Thank you for your patient listening.